It's week 3 of the 2026 season, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. From the 23, here's a 2nd down and 9. Tua going to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Stewart. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And they'll go on the ground. Oh, that is well read on the backside. And he'll be met well behind the line of scrimmage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he is out of bounds inside. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Stewart. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running right, here's Achane. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stewart. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This 2nd and 4. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year, and that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Now Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Looking to pass. Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Watkins in motion left. They get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Over the middle, complete. That's Stewart. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. They'll run. Achane trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? You made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They just gave up a sack there. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Up the middle, Achane. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught by Tucker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. They'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this will be taken at the 13. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. The best of the early games on Sunday may just be in Buffalo, where the Bills face a big test, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers taking on the New York Jets. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback, number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He's got 2 touchdown passes already, but he's also thrown 2 interceptions. So it was feast or famine whenever his guys had the football. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they... Again on first down. They're going to look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end and have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. So nothing doing there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. He'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll only get this back to the 10-yard line. Not too sure what he was doing there. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Tua going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll set up a throw.
That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Fighting down past the 45. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. They'll try the left side. And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Up the middle they go. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Open man is Tucker.
He stiff arms him. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
On the ground, it's Laube. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
2nd and goal from the 1. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there.
His 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Here now, 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after.
Play good
for 30 and a first.
A give left side. Here's Achane. Down at the 25.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. From the gun, it's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Well, that...
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw here.
That's caught by Myers.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Now 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw.
Open man is Ross, complete. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Here it is. 4th and inches.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They have... With such little time remaining, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
On 3rd down, Achane. And he is going to have a Miami 1st down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A give, running right, Achane.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
So they came in here facing a very tall task, going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team season.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.